Hi everyone, here's an update on my vessel. Now the experimenting I wanted to do was to not only just do double crochet but to try a bit of treble, or in America that's double crochet. What I did was a couple of rows of treble, then went back to the double crochet to pull it in. And what happened when I sat it down, the thinner material, so out of all these, this flannel was the thicker material, this thinner material, these are two thinner materials, but this seems to be the thinnest of all. It didn't give enough like stability, so it got quite a bit floppy on the, especially the pink area. So I kept going and I just did another bit of treble up here, just one row, because the whole point of doing the treble was that I wanted it to be a bit more open, a bit more you know, a bit more variation with the double crochet, treble, double crochet. So just a bit of a pattern, and I quite like that up here. And I do sort of in a way regret doing it down the bottom, but it doesn't matter. It's all an experiment and all a learning process. So then what I thought I would do, and I've started to do this, was I started to weave through it with, first I started with the yellow to see if it could add a bit of strength and a bit of stability. So I'll show you how I was doing that process. But I didn't want to lose its kind of interest by putting yellow through the pink, because I like the pink. So I basically just started to weave through like this. And say down here. Now I wasn't fussed about what was going on the inside for now. It was just, how do I stabilize this so it actually doesn't just flop. So it's a learning curve. Good experiment. And quite enjoyable to be in the creative flow. You know, that was really nice, being in the creative flow of it all. And I've always been quite fascinated throughout this process. I found the flannel seemed to hold its own, so I didn't always thread through the flannel. But I've been quite interested throughout the process in leaving the tags. So I could have made a vessel like this with all the tags inside, but I didn't want to. I wanted to see what it would be like with the tags all out, or just the ends, you know, the end bits. So there's a loose bit, so that could come and be threaded through a bit more. And I've tried to keep the ends relatively the same length. That one's a bit long. So I know it's possibly a bit big to show it all. That's the bottom of it. That's the original bit from the magic circle. So as this went, I guess I sat it down last night because I'd thought, is this the size and the shape I wanted? And if I flatten the base a bit, I still notice that this is still a little bit of a collapse. So instead of continually trying to fix it, I just decided, you know what, I love it. I think it's cute. I like the fact that these are all here. If something's in it, it doesn't matter. That does not have a real strong structural form. I may change it later, I don't know. But in the end, I decided that I liked the way that it sat on a bit of an angle, like that. Take that out. And so I put on, and I didn't, because it's irregular, it's a bit more creative, I just decided that I don't want a normal handle or just little handles or a big strap. I just decided to do almost like a crissy-crossy, platty type of affair that is more giving the structure a bit more definition by creating, you know, this part here to the difference here. The only other thing I have been thinking about with it is that if it's hung up, I like the way it hangs up. I don't know if you can see it as well on here, but I love the way that if I hang it up, it hangs like a basket like that. And I particularly love to see all these little bits, loose ends. I think it's part of the character of it. And I'm really quite happy. For all the what I think of as, oh, maybe I didn't get that right, or flaws, I don't actually think it's flawed. I honestly think it's quite beautiful, and it'll work sitting on a table with things in. It'll work if you want to carry it around, either by the handles or like this, and it'll work if you want to hang it up. I'm only thinking now, I've got some spare scraps. Now I'm just thinking that because this is sort of a feature and they're all fairly evenly spaced out, just at the front here there's not many, so I'm just thinking of just using some of these up to create, you know, little bits. Get it the right sort of length. So I wasn't going to go through this, but it's so much easier to go through the treble or double crochet than it is to go through the double crochet. So I'm just weaving it in. So in a way, by doing this, I do kind of lose the intentional sense with the treble. That's the design sense. The design sensitivity now is more the story of the particular fabrics that have been used, and the story of how to use up bits and how to create something new out of things that could have been used. A doona cover and a sheet could have been used reused many times over for people who might need them, but they also could have ended up in landfill. but I do really like that I can see the overall look of what they all look like now, you know, when they're crocheted up. And here I've got the 3 different bits of material I've used. And then here on the outside you actually can see, you know, this one had pink flowers, this was yellow, the green. You can look around, try to find the pink flowers on the green. And it is a basket or a vessel. And yeah, it was great fun making it. So I haven't really done a lot of work, but on camera, because sometimes these projects, you just want to be in your own space just doing it. And then maybe just it's like a show and tell at the end of, oh, well, this is what happened. This was a flaw. This was how I fixed it. This was what it, you know, inspired me with. I mean, I can still do things to it, maybe, but maybe not. Maybe that's it. Maybe it's finished. And it will look nice on my table, I think, with all the other ones I've made, the baskets. I am much preferring this, considering the first one I made was, oh, the little one, well, that's just cute. But the next one I made, the purpley one, was, you know, just a straight bag up the sides with the little handle, and it's the bag, but it's not, I don't know if it's as functional. It works because you can still put things in, but if it's a lot of balls like this, a round one is more functional for sure. So there you go. I hope you enjoyed seeing my start and finish. You know, if you can look at any crochet tutorial and make one. You don't need to see me copiously double crocheting all the way around. Thanks for coming back in and having a look at how it went, and hello to new subscribers, and well, I will see you in the next one. Bye for now.